Assalamualaikum and good day to all viewers. We are from Party 10. We are going to present about the dietary guidelines and food labeling related to the ischemic heart disease. For the dietary guidelines part, we have decided to follow the Malaysian dietary guidelines from key message 1 to key message 11. As to prevent the ischemic heart disease to occur, we have to eat healthy and have a balanced diet. A balanced diet is a diet that contains the combination of foods that provide the proper balance of nutrients. As to ensure our body gets the right balance of nutrients, it can be achieved by eating the proper balance of all healthy food from the 5 food groups based on Malaysian food pyramids like fruits, vegetables and meat. We also have to choose a healthier cooking preparation method such as steaming, grilling, baking, boiling and reduce frying and adding coconut milk to the dishes. Then we have to choose our daily food intake according to the serving size recommended. These guidelines help to ensure the health of the consumers. This is how it works. First, we have to choose and practice the plant-based diet. We have to eat variety of fruits and vegetables every day, at least 5 servings. This can be achieved by eating at least 3 servings of vegetables and at least 2 servings of fruits a day. Secondly, we must control the blood pressure. We need to reduce the consumptions of highly salted foods and condiments like salted fish, salted egg and high sodium snacks and limit the salt intake to 1 teaspoon a day. The best is we enhance the flavor of the food using natural herbs and condiments such as garlic, spices and lemon. Then, we also need to read the food labels and eat fewer processed foods, cut back on caffeine and reduce stress too. The third point is fat reduction. As to avoid the ischemic heart disease, we must limit the intake of saturated fats to less than 10% of total daily calorie intake, such as limit the use of coconut oil, coconut milk, and use low-fat or skim dairy products. We also need to increase the intake of unsaturated fats like palm oil and sunflower oils. Next, we also need to increase the consumptions of nuts, seeds, and legumes. Besides that, choose a low-fat foods, limit the intake of foods that high in cholesterol and those containing trans fatty acids is the best way. Next point is quit smoking. Quit smoking can reduce the risk of getting ischemic heart disease. By stop smoking, you can improve your blood circulation and lowers the risk of getting heart attack. Furthermore, you also can boost your body immune system. And lastly, what is the advantage of quit smoking? You can rejuvenate your arteries.
Fifth, physical activity. It is based on key message 3 in Malaysian dietary guidelines. Physical activity is defined as any bodily movement produced by skeletal muscles that result in energy expenditures. It is a complex behavior that involves many aspects. To do physical activities, first we need to be active every day as many ways as we can. How it can be achieved? Do physical activities such as walk up the stairs instead of taking the lift or escalator. Do housework manually like sweeping and try to park car a distance away and walk to intended destinations. Accumulate at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity physical activities at least 5 to 6 days a week. This is because when fitness improves, the intensity level of physical activities and the amount of time spent on physical activity can be gradually increased. Start off by doing activity like aerobic exercise and cycling medium pace. Besides that, we need to participate in activities that increase flexibility, strength, and endurance of the muscles at least 2 to 3 times a week. Other than that, limit physical inactivity and sedentary habits. Limit sedentary activities to maximum of 2 hours or less in a day. For example, watching television, laying down, and many more. Next, Why this disease still occur? First, because of improper diet, they don't follow the proper dietary guidelines. They don't understand the content of dietary requirements and uncontrolled food intake. Second, because of sedentary living, their lack of physical activity and exercise, they are heavy smoker and alcoholic. Living sedentary lifestyle can lead to obesity or overweight. Third, because of family history that they have a strong family history with chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension.
Next, we move to food labeling guidelines. For part food labeling guideline, we also decided to follow Malaysian Dietary Guidelines from Key Message 14. Understanding nutrition labeling. Nutrition labeling or nutrient declaration describe the nutrient contents of a food product. The nutrients are declared as a table in one section of a food label, commonly known as a Nutrition Information Panel or NIP. Such information on nutritional quality, when factually and informatively provided, can assist the consumer in making better choices of food by planning their dairy meals. Such information serves to remind the consumer to think of nutritional quality of a food in addition to other information such as ingredient, storage condition, instruction for use, and expiry date.
To make heart healthy by checking food label. The nutrient fact section tell you the serving size and how many servings are in one package. You can also learn how much total fat, sodium, fiber, and other nutrients you will get in each serving. Nutrient content claim, such as low fat, provide reliable health claim for the food. The ingredient list tell you what's in the food. There are two examples of healthy food for the heart disease, which is crunchy chicken and mango salad, and mushroom and tofu stir fry. On the label, amount of carbohydrate, fat, and vitamin may be shown as gram, sg, milligram shown as mg, milliliters shown as ml. You will also see information on the fiber. To lower your risk of heart disease, eat food with more fiber. Here are more ways to use food label. First, you can compare label of similar food. Next, choose food with less saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium. Next, you can choose food with more fiber. Next, you can choose food with the lowest amount of saturated fats and zero trans fat. Look for food with one-third or less of the total fat as saturated fat. Lastly, if you are trying to lose weight, compare food for calories too. I will describe the label for the food relevant to the heart disease. Firstly, how clear is the information? Before each of the nutrient content or comparative claim above can be made, a food product has to meet specific criteria. Firstly, only protein and number of vitamin and mineral in a specific list are permitted in making this claim. Secondly, food manufacturer intending to make sources of or high in claim must ensure the food product contain a minimum amount of protein or the vitamin and minerals stipulated in the regulation. Secondly, how is it designed? All labels should be durably marked on the material of the package or on material family attached to the package. Next, language to be used for information required on the label depend on the country of origin. The important particular aspect to be on the label. Thirdly, is it easily readable or comprehended? Yes, it is easy to read. Nutrition claim provide further information to the consumer. Nutrient content claim and comparative claim provide description of what those amount of nutrient are, for example, high or low. Next, where is it located? Is the position ideal? Why? Food label usually located at the bottom or at the back of the product because it more easily to be located by the user of the product. Lastly, do any of these criteria fit the food labeling guideline described? Yes, this is because a nutrition label is listing of the level of nutrient as displayed on the food label. It is meant to provide factual information about the nutritional content of the product. That's all from our group. Thank you to our lecturer, Dr. Muhammad Izwan bin Ismail.